welcome to another video. We're in a new gym. This is Olympia gym here in Newcastle. I've never been here before in my life. I've seen quite a few people train here and it's actually only ever looked good and I've only ever wanted to come here, but I've just really never found the time to actually come. I say I've never found the time, I've just never made the effort to come. But it's one of them where I'm reminiscing because I used to always, like, when I lived back in Scotland, obviously I trained out of either the leisure centre or the little studio gym. I used to always, when it got to the weekend, look forward to doing a road trip and just head further up Scotland just to train at a better gym, train at a good gym, train at a gym that I've never been at. And it kind of got me reminiscing today because it was one of them where I've just pretty much got up and decided, you know, like, I'm not enjoying shoulder training at Ultra. I'm just not enjoying it. Things are just not feeling good, and it's kind of got me like in that headspace of, right, I just, you know, I need a break from it. I need out of it, and it's like I am super grateful. Like, I'm genuinely super grateful to have somewhere like Ultraflex on my doorstep because it's an incredible gym. Like, it's seriously incredible. The equipment is genuinely unbelievable. It's just a really, really, really incredible place overall, right? And this is not me like moaning about it. I'm just not getting on well with shoulder training, and it's making me not enjoy, not training as a whole, but just that push session of the week. And sometimes that happens twice per week, like this week. This is my second shoulder session of the week, and like I say, because I was getting to that point where I just wasn't, like, I just did not want to go in. I was like, right, I'm going to take advantage of that and I'm just going to go somewhere else. And obviously Newcastle's not far from us, so it was around a 40-minute drive ended up because the traffic was pretty busy. However, it just feels like something that I needed, and it just feels like it was the right thing to do. It's delt focused push, so I'm obviously going to be training a little bit of chest today, maybe a little bit of arms depending on how I feel. However, we have now entered the 9-week out marker, which is scary to say, but yeah, that's pretty much where we are now. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling not as full because I've only had one meal, but we're not going to allow that to take over. We're not going to allow that to be an excuse, guys. But as always, something a little bit different today. We're just going to kind of keep this focused around this gym, the training session, where I'm at, how I'm feeling, maybe some informative stuff in there as well. But as always, don't forget to drop the video a like for me, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and let's get on with this session. Just before I got on to my first initial press of the session, I spotted this criminal behaviour. 2.5 kilogram plates and 1 5 kilogram plate on one side. Guys, please, 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 please never do this. We're looking at my all-time favourite shoulder press, the Nautilus plate-loaded press that everybody hates because the handles just seem to be too far in front of everybody, but this feels unbelievable for me. I absolutely love it, and of course that was another main reason that I was definitely going to come here to train delts, because I found out they had this. They've also got the flat plate-loaded chest press as well, which is very nice because it's conversion. If you get access to a conversion chest press or even a shoulder press that's not too conversion, sometimes you find that they converge a little bit too much. And it can very easily put you off, and then sometimes that can actually restrict your range of motion because you don't actually complete your full range of motion. So I would definitely just say be careful with the actual convergent pieces you've got. However, I know that pretty much all Nautilus pieces in terms of the plate-loaded chest presses, whether that be decline, flat or incline, and the shoulder press machine anyway, very big fan of these. So I've got 4 plates on right now. I'm going to do this for my last and final warm-up. Ideally, I would maybe like 5 plates for a working set. Okay. We'll give 5 a go. Fuck. Oh. That felt good, but very fucking hard. To be fair, on the actual lift off there, felt a lot better than what I was expecting, so I'm going to take that. I'm very happy with that. I've done this press quite a few times in prep now, and to be fair, looking at it from a weight perspective, to hold on to 5 plates for like 7 reps, I'm happy with, because it's obviously not something I do consistently. However, it felt good. I'll drop down to like 3.5 plates, take a high repper, and then we'll move on from there. We're also repping the brand new vintage original gas t-shirts. So these have just came out, like these have literally just been out for like, I think maybe no more than a week. I know they were out in the USA first. That's one thing that I don't actually like, is how the USA get everything first. But I mean, to be fair, it's not really something that's within our control, but whenever I see anybody from America wearing the new stuff first, I'm like, God, I really want that. There's one cable machine in here that was directly right in front of the Nautilus press, and I feel as if it must be like the best cable machine in here, because no matter when one person left it, somebody was so ready to jump on it, and it was like in that prime spot of where my camera was. So it's one of them things, guys. We're going to come to gyms where there's not really that much camera awareness and people don't really give a shit about it, and to be honest, I think it's a gym that not many people actually bring cameras into, so it's kind of expected. So it's one of them things, but we deal with it. Like, I'm not one to come on here and fucking complain about it and bitch about it. I don't care. I'm still going to make a YouTube video out of it regardless, but like I was saying, obviously everybody from the USA gets everything first. It is to be expected, but as you guys know, obviously we copped the new Zeus Thunderbolts, so I was able to be sent them out all the way from America, which, like I say, was a massive blessing, and it's really nice to be looked after like that and thought of like that. So I was able to get my hands on them first. However, when I see the clothes being repped first, and they're obviously not out in the UK yet, it's a bit of a gutter. Now, one thing I've also noticed about today is I feel as if I look like more of a crackhead whenever I wear a hat. This is the first time I've wore a hat in like so long once again. Oh, there's the AirPod gone. So as you guys know, I used to wear a hat all the time. Like, I would never leave the house. I would literally sit in the house with my hat on. I was a weirdo like that, but I just got so used to wearing it that it became like just part of me. So this is a brand new hat. As you can see, color coordination with the Thunderbolts as well. But I feel as if any video I've just watched back to make sure was like relatively okay, I'm like, oh my God, I look like an absolute crackhead in every single one of them. I don't know if I look like it without it on. My hair will probably be super flat right now, but I don't know, am I gonna start wearing a hat again or not? I don't actually know. Let me know in the comment section below. Hat or no hat? Crackhead or no crackhead? Oh. Ooh. Ah. Ooh. We have opted for a good old dumbbell press. Reason behind this is there is a pin loaded shoulder press in here which does offer a neutral grip, but I tested it out and one side just feels a bit off, and you know that kind of way when something's on like one cable and one side you just feel as if it's compensating for the other. I just don't want that, so we've opted for a dumbbell press. I'm not looking to take it extremely heavy. I'm obviously not looking to be pressing like this. I'm trying to just opt for as much of a tucked elbow as I possibly can here, just to be able to kind of allow for a little bit more freedom in the wrist, rotate it ever so slightly so I'm not kind of directly pressing all the way back here, and obviously my wrist's not fully pronated. I'm also not pressing fully on a neutral grip. I'm somewhere in the middle. So with that, I'm just going to look for a good couple of sets of between 10 and 15 reps. From there, I'll then move on to some lateral delt work. We'll also hit another chest fly, so another chest movement, but a fly this time. As you've seen, I'd done the neutral grip press. Reason behind that was, and the reason behind me not just going from a shoulder press to a shoulder press, was because they were literally all took. All the chest stuff was free, so I was like, why not just jump onto a chest piece for now? It's not gonna be harmful. And as you guys know, I'm incorporating a little bit of chest in my shoulder workouts and a little bit of shoulders in my chest workouts. So at the end of the day, it's not going to be super harmful. Especially being 9 weeks out. But aside from that, we're going to go 35s here. No record-breaking materials here. They are Watson dumbbells, very similar to the Ultraflex ones, which are fucking heavy and fucking massive. I don't know why they make them so big. Like these 35s literally just look the size of 50s, which is just very unnecessary, but it's what it is. They're new dumbbells regardless, so we're going to hit them. And then from here, lateral delt movement, I've already done dumbbell side laterals, so ideally I would like on a cable. If we can get on a cable, amazing. The cable machine that seems to be the most popular, we're probably not going to get on it, but if we can get on a cable, that would be nice. But we'll see how these feel. Also had my check-in day today. Vicky was happy, which is obviously a good thing. Diet's remaining the same. We're not making any changes this week, which is obviously again a good thing because I don't need to have any less pancakes coming up this week. I'll attach a couple of pictures to this video just so you can get an insight into what we're looking like at 9 weeks out. We've still got a few more pounds to take off. I'll be happy at that. I could probably step on stage now, but I would just know that I'm just not where I want to be. And I don't want to step on stage looking worse. Not that that would happen, but right now I would step on stage and I would be like, oh, I could take a couple more pounds off there. And at the same time, in natural bodybuilding, we have to take on board that it's not just about pushing really hard to try and take a couple of pounds off, because you don't know where that couple of pounds is going to come off, especially if you push really hard. We have to be super careful with things like food, with cardio, because at the end of the day, unless we take it off gradually, we're going to start eating into muscle very, very, very quickly, especially at this position of prep. And if we start doing that, there's no way we're going to get that muscle back, because if you think about it, we only have food in order to keep that muscle. So at the end of the day, we need to take the gradual approach. We unfortunately have to diet for that bit longer, but it's always worth it by the end when we can hold on to all of our muscle and be absolutely fucking inside out peeled. To some eyes, it's not possible natural to get as shredded as what we do, but it's just one of them things, innit? Well, as you'll see here, obviously the cable stack, the actual pin itself is pretty much in line with my waist. The reason behind this is because obviously when I drop it down here, The only thing that's going to be pulling a lot of the tension here is my side delt, because I'm going to stay under tension, and at the same time it's almost in line with my side delt to the part of where nothing drops off here, but everything obviously drops off my trap and that. So obviously if I had it down the very bottom, yes, you could argue and say that a lot of my trap would come into play, which at the end of the day, to be quite honest with you, I don't really give a fuck about. I will always do cable side races at the bottom. I'll probably do them here as well. Like at the end of the day, I'll rotate between both of them. However, these are definitely your more sciencey based Jeff Nippard side laterals. So if you want to give them a go, give them a go. If you don't and you want to just do normal lateral raises from the bottom of the cable stack, just fucking do that.
Maybe we were both just playing a game, but using different rules. Often I would ask myself, do I really love you?
Oh. Three of my biggest tips whenever it does come to actually trying to grow your delts is most definitely include a variety of movements in there, not just one lateral raise, one pressing movement and one rear delt movement. Include a variety of movements in your training. From there, make sure your range of motion is on point, so make sure you are carrying out your maximum range of motion. None of this partial shit, none of this half rep shit. Because at the end of the day, if you're not carrying out that full range of motion on that specific body part, you're not maximising the most out of your potential development of it. And at the end of the day, especially as a natural athlete, we're usually born with really, really, really shit underdeveloped delts. We're never going to walk about with big, massive cap delts. So I would strongly suggest that you make sure you carry out maximum range of motion. And from there, make sure you're spending quality time in both the lengthened ranges and shortened ranges. That is my last but not least top tip when it comes to growing your delts. So give them all a shot. Come back to me after around 6 months of doing that, and trust me, I bet you your delts will have grown. Oh. 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 Oof. E. Oh, fuck. Oh man, between this and the Life Fitness side lateral raise, I would probably even push it as far as the Cybex lateral raise as well. All the chicken wing machines, see when you're properly locked into them, they fucking hurt. They hurt. I've had a good session today. I needed this. I 100% needed this, because I've just, like I say, there's been something with my shoulder training, just out of ultra. It's just not been good. I've just not been enjoying it. My head's not been in it. My head's been just where it shouldn't be. And it's surprising, and probably will be surprising, but even somebody like myself sometimes needs out. I need to get out. I need to get away from that sort of environment and atmosphere and just come somewhere totally different where I don't know anybody, nobody knows me, and it's just nice to just come in and just get the job done. Just get the job done more than anything. So yeah, it's one of them. Like I say, I'm really fucking grateful to have a place like Ultraflex on my doorstep, but especially when I'm this deep into prep and I'm just not really, like I say, when I'm having the issues I am with shoulder training, I'm finding that if I just come elsewhere, take myself away from everything, switch off completely and just focus on coming in, getting the job done, training on some pieces of equipment that I know I get on really well with, I get on so much better. But a pec deck to finish, because this place shuts at 2 PM on the fucking weekends, which obviously is not ideal. So we've got to get this pec deck done, and that'll be us for another day. So guys, what are we saying about Olympia gym? First time there. First question, will I go back? I think I'll go back. I think I'll just maybe go back at a different time. To be fair, when I kind of put it into perspective now, obviously the gym was only open for like a few hours today, so it wasn't open like all day, which obviously does mean that it's going to be busier, because at the end of the day people only have till 2 p.m. to train, so that's no doubtably why it was that little bit busier. However, we still get everything done that we needed done. I think just for filming purposes, I can hear a plane and I really want to just spend time looking at it, but I'm trying to wrap this session up and get some rapid recovery. You can surely hear that plane, that is very loud. Like I say, in terms of filming purposes, not a good day to come, because obviously there was quite a lot of people in, so it's not the biggest gym on the planet. What makes it big and what actually forms all of the equipment in there is they've got lots of little rooms. So when there's a good few people in, it was obviously quite that bit harder to be able to film stuff. A very unnecessary amount of speed to be doing on what I can only assume is a 20-mile-an-hour road. So yeah, it was a really good session. I will be back. I just think if I'm going to come back with regards to doing a little bit of filming, whether that be for Insta or YouTube, I'll come at a different time. Equipment wise, really good, like no complaints with any of the equipment whatsoever. A couple of very old pieces of equipment, which to be fair is not going to feel amazing, but to be fair, the ones that I went on anyway actually did feel very good. Lots of prime pieces, hammer strength pieces. The dumbbells are Watson. They do have rubber dumbbells up to like 20 kilograms. If you like them, amazing. If you don't, you have to put up with the Watson ones. A Smith machine, I never used it, I don't know the brand. But aside from that, equipment wise, second to none really. Have got just enough cardio, which I like. Not too much cardio, just enough cardio. They cater for you, whether you're a bodybuilder, whether you're into high rocks, whether you're into powerlifting, like they've got a deadlift platform and that. Don't know if they've got a deadlift bar. But aside from that, guys, overall, very good session. Shoulders, a little bit of chest, complete. Now time to go home. It's literally only 2 p.m. I've got quite a bit of work still to do today, just because it was a very earlier on session. However, food, work, I've got Lego to build as well, so that's going to take up my Saturday night. But aside from that, on to legs tomorrow. As always, guys, I hope you were able to enjoy this one. Let me know if you like these little things. I'm going to keep this video nice and short. Let me know if you like this. If you do, we'll try and bring a little bit more like this to the channel. And as always, don't forget to drop the video a like for me. Please subscribe to the channel if you are new about here. And of course, guys, like I say, the support recently has been absolutely incredible. And we'll just catch up with you all in the next video.